Welcome, Sadhakas. We are initiating ourselves to be parallel with Vedic systems way to transit from Prakash light to Nad sound format of Vedas, shrutis. For it, we have to be parallel with the manifestation of Devnagri alphabet along with Chatushpeet foundation. It is that next step we have to be parallel with the way transcendence from manifested formats are being reached by Vedic systems. For it, we may begin with the Ushmana letters and to sequentially reach up till swaras, vowels, and to have ultimate reach at Shree Yantra. It is the Shree Yantra which is indexing the light phenomenon manifestation within the reach of human intelligence. To have reach of human intelligence for the existence phenomenon of our solar universe, we have to be face to face with the way Surya, sun, is playing its role. For it, we have to be face to face with the diameter, surface area, weight, speed, distance of moon, earth, sun. How big, how heavy, how fast moving these objects are, and how this is being sustained, retained, regulated, formulated by the nature. This is a big phenomenon, and the success of Vedic systems to reduce this whole range of knowledge as a single alphabet, as human mouth articulated sounds. For this, the feature being availed is the Chatushpeet format of regulation within Surya Rashmi, each ray of the sun. Parallel to it, the reach of the Vedic systems is at Shree Yantra. Sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems naturally will imbibe these values, and for it the beginning is to be with Devnagri Varnmala, and amongst it as well in terms of the Ushmana letters, as the Ushmana letters will ultimately formate the existence of phenomenon as human articulated sounds. For it, let us have a fresh visit to the formulation Shant Prakriti, which is of transcendental code value 17 plus 18 is equal to 35, which is parallel with 35 double-digit numbers of 6-place value system. The formulation Ushma Prakriti is of transcendental code value 19 plus 18 is equal to 37, which is parallel with the transcendental code value of Shri Bhagavan, and Sthapatya is full and half unit bodies of 5 space as value of origin of 5 space, that is of 6 space. How the Usham Prakriti is getting reduced to Shant Prakriti is the format way which is to be learned by us and which is to be imbibed by us. For it, we have to go within the Chatushpeet of transcendental origin and how spatial order of Chatushpeet splits the transcendental domain into northern and southern hemispheres of values 17 and 19 respectively. The value 17 is the placement value of the northern hemisphere, while value 19 is the placement value of southern hemisphere. One may have a pause here and take note that value 17 is parallel with the transcendental code value of Atma, and value 19 is parallel with the transcendental code value of mind. How Usham Prakriti, southern hemisphere, mind is to be as of the northern hemisphere of value 17 as the Atma, the soul. So values triple 17, 18 and 19 as formulations triple Atma, Indra and Indriya are to be chased, and it is for this chase that we will be at first triple digit number of 6 place value system 36, which is parallel with the transcendental code value of formulation Paranava Sarvadeshu. Udgit is of transcendental code value 35. Let us visit the formulation Paranava. The quadruple formulations as integrated formulation Paranava will bring us face to face with as to how the traditional radiation, convection and radiation formats will transit into the connected particles, connected spheres formatted for surfacing this space. Vedic systems take us to this fourfold path, and we have to follow the same. For it, naturally, we have to begin with Chatushpeet formulation of transcendental code value 30, which is parallel with the transcendental code value of Trimurti. Tirloki as of transcendental code value 24, parallel with the transcendental code value of Purush, and Trimurti of transcendental code value 30, parallel with Chatushpeet, or the phases and stages which deserve to be transited, deserve to be learned, deserve to be imbibed. So, in this background, we can begin from the very beginning. Shri Om as of transcendental code values 20 plus 16, which takes us to quadruple Ushmana letters of transcendental code value 20 and Anthastha letters of Transcendental Code Value 16. We have to begin with Ushmana letters, as our aim is to be parallel with the way Vedic systems are transiting from Usham Prakriti to Shant Prakriti. The quadruple letters, Ushmana letters, as of Transcendental Code Values 2, 3, 6, and 9, and Anthastha letters as of Transcendental Code Values 1, 3, 5, 7 are to be visited as on this organization format. We have to proceed ahead. Let us begin with the first Ushmana letter, Sha. It is of Transcendental Code Value 2. It is parallel with the spatial order of the creators of space. Let us have a pause. Solids, three space bodies, cube, are having manifestation at their center as an origin of spatial order. Four space in the role of origin of three space takes us parallel to the first Ushmana letter Sha as spatial order, transcendence at the origin of solids of linear order. It is this transcendence which amounts to superimposition of spatial order upon linear order. It is this phenomenon which deserves to be imbibed well. The formulation Brahma, the formulation Vyanjan, the formulation Ardhamatra, the formulation Visphot, all are of Transcendental Code Value 29, parallel with 29 versions of Hypercube 14. And as a result, there happens superimposition of spatial order upon the linear order. It is this feature which may be taken as the initial step of the phenomenon of transition and transformation of Usham Prakriti into Shant Prakriti. It is a superimposition of the spatial order upon the linear order, which does all the wonders. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge shall sit comfortably and be parallel with it. How is it that the cube, a representative regular body of a three space of linear order with dimensional frame of three linear axes, splits into 8 subcubes? It is happening only because of the superimposition of the spatial order upon the linear order, as a result of which the three-dimensional frame of linear axis transforms into a three-dimensional frame of three spatial axes, and as a result there happens a cut of three space into 8 octants. One shall sit comfortably and be parallel with it. The moment we will be parallel with it, the moment we will be imbibing it, the moment we will be comprehending this transcendental happening for the manifested creations, we will be on a proper initiation path. The sequential step ahead of superimposition of spatial order upon the linear order will amount to as to how two space with zero space as dimension and pair of zero value axes constituting a dimensional frame is playing its role in this superimposition. With it, sequentially, we will reach from first Ushmana letter to the second Ushmana letters, and sequentially, we will be at third and fourth. One shall sit comfortably and first of all be parallel with the script forms, and then one shall be parallel with the transcendental code values. And as a third step, one shall reach from the transcendental code values to the parallel dimensional orders. And at next step, one will reach at 4 space of the spatial order, 5 space of solid order, 6 space of creative order, and 7 space of transcendental order. These sequential dimensional orders are at work, and we have to imbibe the same. The quadruple Ushmana letters of transcendental code values 2, 3, 6, 9 of summation value 20 is parallel with 7 space content splitting as 7, 5, 3. And these as dimensional orders of 4, 5, 8, and 11 spaces of summation value 28 take us to 9 space content permitting split as 9, 7, 7, 5. Sadhakas are fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with the Vedic systems of transition from the Usham Prakriti to the Shant Prakriti shall revisit the Ushmana letters for their script forms, for their transcendental code values, for their parallel dimensional orders, for the spaces of which these are the dimensional orders, and ultimate as a transcendental phenomenon of the split of the space content and the superimposition of higher dimensional order upon the lower dimensional orders. These features as these are deserve to be imbibed well, and for it we have to visit, revisit, and we have to visit it a number of times. And once we will be parallel with it, once we will be imbibing the same, we will be blissfully on the format of the transcendental Lord Shiv. I reach from first Ushmana letter Sha to its dimensional frame and the ultimate transcendence range as formulation Shiv of transcendental code value 12, leading us to 14 as a domain, and hence the transition and transformation from transcendental boundary of 12 components to the creative boundary of 14 components. One shall sit comfortably and be parallel with it. The formulation Shiv be revisited as it will take from value 12 to 12 plus 13, 25, and it is parallel with the formulation Vishnu of transcendental code value 25. These interlocking features are to be comprehended. The beginning naturally is to be from the very beginning, and it will take us to the way these letters are to be pronounced and the way the sound frequencies will get attached with them, parallel with the sthapatya. The tabulation on the computer screen is our starting point. Today, we are just introducing ourselves, the way we have to approach. And so I'm not elaborating it, but from the next phase and stage, we will be certainly having more intimate. We have to be more intimate with it. And the formulations like hal, hat, shap, sup, these all are the formulations which in fact are mathematical formulations. And in the light of these mathematical formulations, we will be having proper initiation. As such, let me make a concluding statement for today, as that sadhakas are fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems of transition from Usham Prakriti to Shant Prakriti, transition from light to sound. One is to begin from the very beginning. This beginning is going to be a beginning with the Devnagri alphabet. This beginning is going to be with the Shiksha Vedang. This beginning is going to be with the Ushmana letters. And we will begin from the very beginning. And we aim to reach up till the manifestation and transcendental values of Shree Chakra. Our aim is to imbibe the manifested and transcendental values of Shree Chakra. And with this, we will be blissfully potentializing ourselves to be of a real help to our fellow beings who are unfortunately under the grip of Minasa blindness. We have to meet it, and we can blissfully meet it. Thank you very much.